Yes, Christoffer Karsberg is my name, and I'm coordinator at the Swedish National Coordination Center for Cybersecurity Research and Innovation, NCC-SE, an acronym that is not to be confused with NCC-SE, which is the National Cybersecurity Center, which is something totally different. So I'm going to give you an overview of what this NCC-SE is in its context. So the background, we have several EU initiatives to increase cybersecurity capacity in the EU. You know about the NIS directive. Now we are approaching NIS2 to be implemented in 24 months in Sweden. And the Cybersecurity Act and other initiatives. And this initiative is an EU regulation that was adopted June last year, defining 3 components: a European Competence Center for Cybersecurity, ECCC, a network of national coordination centers, NCCs, and a European Cybersecurity Competence Community with stakeholders from the demand side and supply side. So this is an ecosystem that will contribute to boost cybersecurity research and innovation in the Union, mainly through 2 programs: Horizon Europe, which is mainly a research program, and Digital Europe, which is an implementation program. So the mission for the European Competence Center and the network of NCCs is to strengthen the cybersecurity and competitiveness of the EU by developing the Union's capacity within research, innovation, and competence. So you have the European Cybersecurity Competence Center, which mainly manages the cybersecurity parts of Horizon Europe and Digital Europe programs and manages the calls. And then you have this network of NCCs that mainly represent ECCC in the member states and also represent the member states back to the ECCC. And lastly, but not least, we have the cybersecurity community, which is an arena for stakeholders, like I said, from the demand side and supply side within research and innovation. And the national coordination centers have the responsibility to coordinate the national parts of the European cybersecurity community. Just shortly about our services as an NCC-SE. That is to support the European competence community in its mission. We are the national contact point towards the European level. And one of this is to collect and highlight Swedish priorities to the ECCC when they define their programs and calls. The third thing is to promote these EU initiatives, to make them visible, to market them. And the fourth thing is the pedagogic part, to give guidance regarding the calls. When you are actually performing your proposals, we are there to support you. And we also will be able to have some financial support, mainly to SMEs, through the European program Digital Europe. And we coordinate the stakeholders through, which is a Swedish competence community. And this is where our collaboration is with RISE regarding the Cybernode. So we have started a cooperation regarding the coordination of the Swedish cybersecurity competence community through the Cybernode. So we are working tightly with Martin and Stina. Where are you? I don't see you. Yes. Regarding this coordination, and there are many parts in this, and one part is to sort of integrate the Swedish part in the European community. So the main tool regarding this ecosystem and the support is, of course, financing through the 2 programs, Horizon Europe and Digital Europe. And most of these calls require EU-based actors or that they have a seat in associated member states. Just shortly about these 2 programs. Horizon Europe, Cluster 3, which is Civil Security for Society Research Program, contains topics on cybersecurity and other parts, mostly consortia models, often cross-border corporations. There is a draft program published now. It could be some slight changes, so please see this as a draft. So this year, there will be focus on IoT, edge, cloud, and data spaces, and also privacy preserving and identity management technologies, and security of robust AI systems. So these calls will open end of June and close end of November, so that you can get a pre-notice of this. And next year, there will be focus on security in software and hardware development, and also post-quantum cryptography transition, that is quantum-resistant cryptography. And then we have Digital Europe, which is the implementation program. And there, individual entities can apply for many of these topics. And many topics have no need for cross-border cooperation. And there is a call open at the moment, which will close already mid-February, on cyber ranges, 5G security, SOCs, and SME uptake of cybersecurity solution, and NIS compliance. But this is about to end now. So if you haven't started your proposal, well, if you have experience, you may have time, but it's really approaching the end of this call. But then there's another call coming up on more focus on security operation centers, different aspects, and cybersecurity emergency mechanism with ENISA as a driver, the European Union Agency for Cybersecurity, and also support to the network of NCCs, and a new topic which is coordination between the cybersecurity civilian and defense spheres through dual-use synergies. And the last one is about standardization in the area of cybersecurity, mainly through the Cyber Resilience Act. So just a note here, this is a draft program, and it's still being worked on. But the time will probably be that the call will open during Q2 and close Q3 this year. And the same goes for the next year, Q2 and Q3. So if you want more information about these calls and want to stay up to date regarding this, please visit msb.se/ncc-SE or the Cybernode. I just want to mention one short thing about MSB and our support as the Civil Contingencies Agency. And I forgot to say that NCC-SE is hosted by MSB. MSB performs research support, about 150 million Swedish kronor for research per year. We have 60 ongoing projects and 8 projects within cybersecurity, and some of them you will hear about today. So, thanks a lot.
Thank you, Christoffer.